This is Outnumbered. I'm Harris Faulkner. Here today, Andrea Tantaros, co-host of Fox and Friends First, Ainsley Earhardt, Fox News contributor Katie Pavlich, and today's
here.
Absolutely. You ready for this operation?
I am ready. I think this is the hardest one, so let's go.
Well, Rob O'Neill was here yesterday, and he managed to get through it, and he's done it all.
I watched. It was Phillips thing and everything. Yeah. I really enjoyed the show yesterday.
All right. And you've written about the Athena Project, which were some female warriors.
Yep. Delta Force women. So I think this is a crowd that equal
to them. Yeah.
All right, well, let's get to the news now. Deal or no deal? And should America just do the walk away from the table? You know who else is saying something almost similar to that? On the Democrat side, Howard Dean, former Democrat.
Bombing in '83. I mean, it just goes on and on and on. Kenya, Tanzania. We actually have been doing. They want to keep their underground nuke facilities, advanced centrifuges, heavy water reactor, and this is a big problem. But we have an administration that doesn't. Do you think Trump would have gotten us at least a deal we could be proud?
Right?
You're fired. You're fired. That Mueller's fired.
But we can't fire President Obama, and that's kind of the problem. Is we have him for another couple years, and French have walked away from the table. The French.
I know.
I mean, Israel's destruction is, quote, non-negotiable.
It took him almost 2 weeks to come out with a very tepid statement. But you know what he did within 24 hours at the same time? When the dictator in waiting in Honduras, the president, was trying to set himself up, Obama rushed to his aid. He's a leftist associated with socialist parties down in South America. And President Obama rushed to his aid within 24 hours, but took...
Though, because you do these things for us. You have to sign the agreement. You have to ship plutonium, the excess, after a few years, like North Korea didn't allow. So
Iranian interests...
For certain in negotiations. The person with the power is the one whose hand is willing to. Is this the height of hypocrisy, irony? Media news living by the rights of First Amendment, but act as the
Republicans are at messaging and storytelling. They stink. Photographers who wanted to say no to gay weddings. The Muslim florist, the Muslim baker. Really, somebody doesn't want to make me a cake? Great. I don't want you enjoy the rights of everybody else, but these laws, they're in often things on the fringe. We talked about women being able to wear a headscarf if they're Muslim to work. This law does not exist for Christians to totally freeze out gay people.
We have to remember the Washington Times reported that this law...
And that is a large part of what the media has failed to point out. They've gone after Christian businesses and said that it has become this anti-gay GOP thing when really it's about protection, which is essential to the First Amendment and essential to the gay rights.
So is anybody going to ask? It was a question thrown out during a presidential debate by George Stephanopoulos about contraception. That's what started this phony business, refusing to serve eggs to anyone. I mean, only the most perhaps radical of Muslims would have a problem serving eggs to gay people. It's ridiculous. They would really have to show that somehow discriminating is a conflict with a religion, and we know that that has never held up in the courts. What I think is really unfortunate, and this piggybacks on what you said, Brad, is that this is Walker. All right, I would actually say Clinton was the dog in the household, but Katie, what do you think about this president?
Good line.
I mean, Mitt Romney had issues with putting the dog on the roof, and LBJ, we have a picture of him. He was picking up the dog by his ears, and so there's always dog gate. Do you think that this is going to be a problem for Walker?
This is how Scott Walker can beat everyone. If he gets a mini...
President Obama ate a dog.
Right.
Yes, he did.
And he said it was chewy.
Yeah, he said about it in his book. He wrote about it in his book.
So...
to beat Putin, because we see her.
Yeah, you don't hold back. All right, so my older daughter has seasonal asthma, and we know it might even be a plus for him because he's being honest.
Yeah.
He's saying this is the deal.
Ainsley, will a candidate ever come out and say, I'm a cat person?
If they want to lose.
Will that happen? Be careful. Be careful.
Oh,
cat people on Twitter.
Wait a minute, the cat nation is here, baby.
All right, so I love all animals. I love cats. I had one in college. He didn't like me. But anyway, I love the dogs. I say, like, get the EpiPen and get the asthma, get
maybe
the
a pot-belly
get
pig.
a dog.
All right. We're staying right here for Outnumbered Overtime on the web, foxnews.com/outnumbered. Remember that Overtime tab, we've got Brad's going to stick around. We're back here tomorrow at noon Eastern. Happening Now starts now.